The year is 1945. The world stands at a crossroads, emerging from the shadows of a devastating conflict that has reshaped nations and lives. The echoes of war still linger in the air, a haunting reminder of the fragility of peace. World War II, a conflict of unprecedented scale and destruction, has finally ended. Cities lie in ruins, millions are dead. The devastation is beyond comprehension, with entire communities wiped out and landscapes forever altered. The cost of this war is measured not just in lives lost, but in the deep psychological scars left on survivors. The scars of war run deep, a stark reminder of the human capacity for violence and destruction. Families are torn apart and the fabric of society is frayed. The images of bombed buildings and war-torn civilians are etched into the collective memory, a testament to the horrors endured. From the ashes of this global conflict, a profound yearning for peace emerges. People begin to rebuild, brick by brick, seeking to restore what was lost. The process of healing is slow and arduous, but there is a collective determination to move forward, to create a better future for the generations to come. The world, weary of war, seeks a new path forward, a way to prevent such horrors from ever happening again. Leaders from around the globe come together, recognizing the need for unity and cooperation. International relief efforts are mobilized, providing much-needed aid to the war-ravaged regions. It is from this collective desire for peace that the idea of the United Nations takes root. In San Francisco, representatives from 50 nations gather to lay the foundation for a new world order, one built on the principles of cooperation, mutual respect, and the shared goal of preventing future conflicts. The signing of the UN Charter marks the beginning of a new era, a beacon of hope for a world in desperate need of healing and unity. The devastation of two world wars in a single generation made it clear something had to change. The old ways no longer worked. Nationalism and aggression had only led to bloodshed. World leaders recognized the need for a new system, one based on cooperation and mutual respect. A system capable of preventing conflict, resolving disputes peacefully, and upholding human rights for all. This vision became the driving force behind the creation of the United Nations. The journey towards the UN began even before the end of World War II. In 1941, US President Franklin D. Roosevelt and British Prime Minister Winston Churchill signed the Atlantic Charter. This document outlined their vision for a post-war world, emphasizing international collaboration and collective security. The following year, in 1942, representatives from 26 nations signed the Declaration by United Nations, pledging to fight together against the Axis powers. This declaration marked the first formal use of the term United Nations, a term coined by President Roosevelt himself. In April 1945, as World War II drew to a close, delegates from 50 nations gathered in San Francisco. Their mission to draft the UN Charter, a document that would lay the foundation for a new international organization dedicated to peace and cooperation. For 2 months, these delegates worked tirelessly, debating and negotiating every word of the Charter. Their goal was to create a document that reflected the shared aspirations of a war-torn world, a document that could truly make a difference. Section 5. The Charter and its Architects. The UN Charter, adopted on June 26, 1945, outlines the organization's purposes, principles, and structure. Key figures played instrumental roles in shaping this document and bringing the UN to life. US President Harry S. Truman, who succeeded Roosevelt, strongly supported the UN's creation. British Prime Minister Clement Attlee, Soviet leader Joseph Stalin, and Chinese leader Chiang Kai-shek also played critical roles, their nations becoming permanent members of the UN Security Council. Section 6. The Pillars of the United Nations. The UN Charter established 6 principal organs: the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the Trusteeship Council, the International Court of Justice, and the Secretariat. Each organ has its own specific responsibilities and functions, all working together to maintain international peace and security, promote economic and social development, and uphold human rights. Section 7. Challenges and Triumphs. The UN's path has not always been smooth. The Cold War, ideological differences and geopolitical tensions created numerous obstacles. The organization faced criticism for its bureaucracy and its perceived inability to prevent all conflicts. Despite these challenges, the UN has achieved remarkable successes. It has played a vital role in decolonization, peacekeeping, humanitarian aid, and promoting sustainable development. Its agencies work tirelessly to combat poverty, hunger, disease, and illiteracy around the world. Section 8. The UN's enduring mission. Today, the UN faces new and complex challenges: climate change, terrorism, cyber warfare, and global inequality, to name a few. These issues are interconnected and require a multifaceted approach. Climate change, for instance, not only affects the environment but also has significant social and economic impacts. Rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and changing agricultural patterns can lead to displacement, food insecurity, and increased competition for resources, which in turn can exacerbate conflicts and contribute to terrorism. Global inequality remains a pressing issue, with millions of people living in poverty and lacking access to basic necessities such as clean water, education, and healthcare. The UN works tirelessly to address these disparities through various programs and initiatives aimed at improving living conditions and providing opportunities for all. Yet its core mission remains as relevant as ever: to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war. The UN's peacekeeping missions play a crucial role in maintaining stability in conflict zones, providing security and supporting the implementation of peace agreements. These missions often involve complex operations that require coordination with multiple stakeholders, including local governments, non-governmental organizations, and other international bodies. To reaffirm faith in fundamental human rights, the UN advocates for the protection and promotion of human rights worldwide. This includes efforts to combat discrimination, protect the rights of marginalized groups, and ensure that all individuals can live with dignity and respect. The UN Human Rights Council plays a pivotal role in monitoring and addressing human rights violations, providing a forum for dialogue and action. The UN also strives to promote social progress and better standards of life in larger freedom. This involves supporting initiatives that advance education, healthcare, and economic development, particularly in developing countries. By fostering social and economic development, the UN aims to create a more equitable and just world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. The UN provides a platform for dialogue, diplomacy, and cooperation among nations. Through its various bodies, such as the General Assembly and the Security Council, the UN facilitates discussions on critical global issues, enabling member states to work together to find common solutions. This collaborative approach is essential for addressing the complex and interconnected challenges of the modern world. It strives to find peaceful solutions to international disputes, emphasizing the importance of negotiation and mediation. The UN's efforts in conflict resolution are aimed at preventing the escalation of violence and fostering long-term peace and stability. By bringing parties to the negotiating table and providing a neutral ground for dialogue, the UN helps to resolve conflicts and build lasting peace. The UN also addresses pressing global issues that transcend national borders, such as environmental degradation, global health crises, and humanitarian emergencies. Through its specialized agencies and programs, the UN mobilizes resources and expertise to tackle these challenges, working towards a sustainable and resilient future for all. The enduring mission of the UN is to create a world where peace, justice, and prosperity are within reach for everyone. Section 9, a beacon of hope. The United Nations, though imperfect, represents humanity's best hope for a more peaceful, just, and sustainable world. Since its inception in 1945, the UN has been at the forefront of international diplomacy, striving to mediate conflicts and foster cooperation among nations. Its peacekeeping missions have played crucial roles in stabilizing regions torn apart by war and violence. It embodies the collective aspiration for a future where dialogue replaces violence, where cooperation trumps conflict, and where mutual understanding is the cornerstone of international relations. The UN's various agencies work tirelessly to address global challenges, from poverty and hunger to climate change and human rights abuses, and where all people can live in dignity and peace. The vision of a world where every individual, regardless of their background, can enjoy fundamental freedoms and opportunities is at the heart of the UN's mission. This vision is reflected in the Sustainable Development Goals, which aim to create a better and more equitable world by 2030. As we reflect on the UN's creation and its journey thus far, we are reminded of the immense challenges it has faced and the significant milestones it has achieved. From the aftermath of World War II to the present day, the UN has been a platform for nations to come together and address issues that transcend borders. Let us remember the words of its charter. We, the peoples of the United Nations, determined to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war. These words, penned in the wake of unprecedented global conflict, continue to resonate today. They serve as a powerful reminder of our shared responsibility to prevent the horrors of war and to promote peace and security. Have resolved to combine our efforts to accomplish these aims. The UN's commitment to multilateralism and collective action is more important than ever in our increasingly interconnected world. By working together, we can tackle the most pressing issues of our time and build a future that is inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. May this commitment continue to guide us towards a brighter future for all. As we look ahead, let us draw inspiration from the UN's enduring legacy and renew our dedication to the principles of peace, justice, and human dignity. Together we can create a world where hope triumphs over despair and where every person can thrive in harmony.